What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Before I begin, I just want to say thank you so much to each and every single one of you for continuing to support this channel. If you are new to the channel, we are just about this close to breaking 1,700 subscribers, so do me a huge favor. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to receive notifications, smash that like button, comment in the comment section below, do all that good YouTube stuff. I really appreciate it. If you want to help to support the channel financially, click on my eBay stores link where I'm selling Transformers, sports cards, and various other items from time to time. Thank you so much to those that have been supporting my eBay store as well. And if you want to donate to the channel, click on the coffee link. Anything would be appreciated. So let's just hop right into it. I have to facepalm here, because I know I tend to go off the deep end when it comes to subjects like this, but it's infuriating. I consider myself lucky that I have these two in my collection, because the most recent drops that we got were Studio Series More Than Meets the Eye Hot Rod here, and Studio Series Starscream. Two very highly sought after figures. And Hasbro, in their infinite fucking goofy wisdom, decided to make these Target exclusives. This one I had to order from a website in Canada, which unfortunately I was subjected to Orange Man's tariffs. So I paid $30 more to get this here than what I should have. In total, it probably cost me anywhere between 40 to 50 bucks to get this here, because I knew I wasn't going to pay for it on the secondary market. They're already going for like $75 or more, in some cases $100. And the same goes for Starscream here. I paid retail plus shipping through Hasbro Pulse. I'm lucky I got them. They are both amazing figures. But we, again, are plagued with the fucking parasites, the welfare babies, you know, the trailer park trash, the ones that live in places like New York City in the projects, you know, who live off of EBT, but then meanwhile they can afford to buy Nike Air Jordans, drive around in Lexus vehicles, right? Scalpers are getting their hands on these yet again. This is why I give up with the sports card hobby, because you can't get product if you're a little nobody like me. I'm lucky I was able to get some of the stuff that I was able to get to review on the channel for you fine folks out there. But in the Transformers space, it's still the same shit. The dirtbag slimeball assholes that are usually the ones who are buying up all the sneakers, and that's why sneaker culture has died. Because people thought they were going to make a living flipping shoes for 3 or 4 times more than what they cost at retail. And now they're going after Transformers toys, trying to sell these for $70, $80, $90, $100 at a time. You got to see what the prices for these are on eBay. It's disgusting. And this is another example, just like with Fanatics. I've complained about Fanatics. Other content creators, have complained about Fanatics, how they go about selling their products. You know, there are problems with bots pushing people like myself out of the way, because you have 15 assholes sitting in a circle. They're all on their laptops and their cell phones and their PCs trying to get this shit so they can flip it for 3 times more. Just look at Topps Chrome Basketball, what happened with that. Topps and Fanatics now are talking about ripping the cellophane, or not even putting cellophane on the boxes so that they can't be flipped. But what do you think these jackasses are going to do? They're going to x-ray the card packs, or they're going to scan the card packs with a hand scanner to see if there are any pulls. And then leave the rest for the rest of us suckers to buy, while they get all the good shit and flip all the good shit. Because they don't want to work a 9-to-5 job. I don't want to hear anybody complaining about me not having a 9-to-5 job. Listen, man, after 13 years of working in union construction and being at that World Trade Center site like I was and getting all fucked up, I have a right to work from home. So fuck you. But this is out of control, man. Flipping toys for 3 times what they're worth. And Hasbro, along with Takara Tomy, are in a lot of ways responsible for this, because they make these into exclusive figures to get only at certain retailers, at this case Target. Why? Why? Why come out with an action figure like this? I just sold the previous iteration of this guy. This is the latest version of Hot Rod. This is the Studio Series 86 movie version of Hot Rod, where the other one was just a Studio Series 86 figure where he was red. But collectors want the cartoon corrected colors, and this is more accurate to how he was in the movie. And he's a great figure. Now we have the brand new molds for the Seekers, and everybody's clamoring to get these. Again, I'm fortunate I got my copy, but I got mine for retail. Again, unfortunately, I had to import this from Canada, so I'm already in it twice more, maybe less than twice more than what it's worth at retail. This guy, fortunately, I got for retail plus shipping. Why am I going to pay $100 for a fucking toy that really has no tangible cash value? And after about 20 or 30 years, unless I take care of this guy, plastic deteriorates. Plastic does have a shelf life. So you're buying a ticking time bomb with these. And you're going to pay $100 for this? I say no. Resist the urge to pay these third-party people on eBay and Etsy or wherever the fuck they're flipping these. Why are you going to put money in their pockets? They're not entrepreneurs, they're thieves. They're thieves. Some of this stuff does have value, but it has value to the individual collector. But they have no physical, tangible value as far as currency is concerned, because plastic is worthless. Unless they were made out of silver or gold or platinum, they are fucking toys. They're toys. And there are people who are not clever, they're not cute, they're not smart. They are con men. Yeah, things over time do appreciate in value depending on their demand. But when a thing has just come out, these just came out, and yet they're being flipped for almost 2.5 to 3 times their retail value, I find that to be offensive. Do you really need to buy one of these? I mean, I'm lucky I got mine. And people are going to be like, well, you got yours. I want one too. Grown men. There are a lot of things I want in life I can't have. A lot of things that happened to me I didn't ask for. It did. Now I have to live with that experience of going through it and trying to make the best of bad situations. Most of you know my story already. You got to make do with what you got. You can't win them. You can't win them all. You can't have them all. But this is pathetic. This is by far the most pathetic example of how our capitalistic society tries to get over on people because fucking people don't want to work. Oh, they want the free, easy money. But do like what I do. Start your own business. Become an LLC. Be legitimate. Be nice to your customers. Offer them deals. Work with them. Offer discounts like I do. But to literally steal toys, you're not buying these to collect them. And that's the biggest ethical problem that I find with any hobby. There are people that buy these things not because they enjoy the hobby or hobbies, is they want to get over and flip these for profit. And it gets so fucking maddening that people that truly want these can't get theirs. Hasbro, why are you not doing what Nike has done? Pump out a couple million of these, even though if they end up in fucking Ollie's, somebody out there will pick these up eventually. But don't make these exclusives, especially key figures that you know fans want. That is creating an artificial fucking need to want to go out and buy these. It's market manipulation by Hasbro, and to offer these through Target as an exclusive figure or figures, what do you think is going to happen? You are now fucking over the very base that keeps your business alive, Hasbro and Tomi Takara. If it wasn't for us, we wouldn't be buying these things. In this case, the customer is always right. Don't you people get tired of being ripped off? I know I am. That's why when certain things happen, when certain collectibles are released, If you don't jump on it immediately, you're never going to get them for the price that you should be paying for them. Even though things are very expensive these days, you know, you'll end up paying 2, 3, 4, 5 times what a thing is worth for nothing, just to line somebody's pocket. I can understand if they're sporting goods or collectibles or signed autographs or signed jerseys or coins or stamps or old currency and things like that. Those things do maintain their value over time. But these are things that just fucking came out. Sometimes it takes a little patience, and Hasbro and Takara Tomy do eventually reissue things. Or they update current figures. Like I just watched Super Robot Ed talk about Cyclonus that they're supposed to redo. Even though my Cyclonus has turned yellow, it's still a good figure, and I love that figure. I might not buy the new Cyclonus. I don't like the face sculpt. It looks really cheesy in my opinion. That's just me. But I'm not clamoring for it. I'm not getting into fistfights with scalpers waiting for Pokemon cards. It's bullshit. They're toys. That's why I can throw these over my shoulder. Because I understand what these are. They're chunks of plastic. We got to get our priorities straight, folks. I know you enjoy these hobbies. I know you enjoy collecting stuff, just like I do. You need escapism. But at the end of the day, you have to pick and choose what it is you're collecting. And some of these action figures, what they're going for these days on the secondary market, it's quite sad. Don't support these people. Don't line their pockets. You really can't be that desperate to get these. Are you? You know what I'm desperate to do? Pay my rent. And put food in my refrigerator and clothe myself. That's what I'm desperate to do. After that, I couldn't care less about this stuff. When will these companies learn? I understand the laws of supply and demand. I understand how certain economies work. Flooding the market is the only answer. That's what Nike did. That was the logic behind what Nike did when it came to Jordans. They flooded the market. And now they only have a very few shoes that are exclusives out there. And rightfully so. There are certain sneakers I go after and certain sneakers I just glance over because I have no interest. And they're fucking ugly too. I don't buy Nike Air Jordans to show off. I buy them because I like them. And I grew up with Jordans as a kid. There are only very few times I can remember as a kid before my dad lost his job when the union sank and tanked, where my dad was literally cleaning toilets to put food on the table for all of us. That's why I appreciate collecting sneakers like I do. And I don't go after every sneaker, only certain shoes that I personally like and enjoy. And sneakers that they've reissued I never had as a kid that I'm grateful I have now as an adult. And I appreciate those things. I've had Transformers as a kid. I'm an adult. This is not a necessity for me. It's an escape. But yet, as an adult, I have to pick and choose what it is that I collect because things are very expensive now. And with these low-life, dirtbag, jobless, out of the back of their cars, dealing out of the back of their car, going into back alleys with trench coats, dealing Rolex watches. Hey, buddy, want to watch? That kind of shit. These companies need to get with it and start listening to the consumer and flood the fucking market with these toys. They're toys. You are creating artificial scarcity. That's what I was trying to say in the beginning of this video. I brain fart. As you guys know, I don't script my videos. I try to be honest with my commentary. Artificial scarcity. For what? To drive up demand, to drive attention onto your websites and your dealers to artificially promote this stuff? We are the fans, man. We already know that this shit exists. We already know this stuff is out there. That's why they come out with bootlegs. I guarantee they're going to be bootlegs of these figures if they're not out there already, if they don't exist already. Look what happened with Missing Link, Optimus Prime. There were bootlegs of them almost immediately when they came out. Same thing with Masterpiece figures. And third parties are making Masterpiece figures much better than the fucking name brand stuff. I don't collect Masterpiece, but I watch enough video to become knowledgeable enough to see what these third parties do. They're actually more accurate, more user-friendly, and what's most important, they're cheaper. This is not how you handle this, Takara Tomy and Hasbro. You cannot make these exclusive, especially key figures like this. You can't do that. Listen to your fans. You want to end up like Nike or Miller Lite? Look what happened with Dylan Mulvaney. Excuse me. Fans will eventually retaliate against this behavior. And Hasbro, Tomy, and Takara had better wise up, because the fans eventually will get tired of it. And then when your stock tanks and your sales drop and third parties begin to fill in the gaps where Hasbro, Takara, and Tomy have failed, you watch how fast they start kissing the asses of the fans. You better bend over, Hasbro, and get ready to start kissing a lot of asses. Pucker up, Buttercup. I am your host, the Carolina Collector. Take care, everybody.